All right, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. So I've got some exciting news for myself and for everybody. There are new KV2s coming out for War Thunder. Okay? There's going to be 3 of them, and they're coming out in upcoming updates to War Thunder, end quote. So they plan to introduce 3 new modifications. We have the KV2 1939 in the game right now. There's going to be a KV2 1940, a KV2 with an incredible looking This Six. Just look how long that is. And then finally we've got the German DERP, the KV2 754R. So let's go over them. So the KV2 Mod 1940, the first modification that they've covered. It's the familiar outlines of the KV2 we all know and love in the 1939. The powerful M10 howitzer was installed in a modernized turret, a lower profile than its predecessor but still large. The protection on its gun mantlet was changed, and the 1940 model has a cast mantlet. In addition, it has an anti-infantry DT machine gun set in a spherical mount at the front of the hull, which you can see in this picture here. The KV2 Model 1940 is a premium tank, so every hit against an opponent provides additional research points and lots of silver lions. The KV2 Mod 1940 can be obtained as a prize for participating in the event series The Chronicles of World War II going on right now, where you can get the MBR2 as well. So you can buy it for premium, or you can get it in the Chronicles of World War II. So enjoy the signature pleasure of driving the KV2 one shot, one kill. So that would be one of the little signatures you can put right under your name. And now this one's the one I'm most interested in. This is the KV2 This Six. At the beginning of World War II, it became clear that the 76mm cannons weren't powerful enough for heavy tanks. The Soviet Army needed a powerful cannon for a heavy tank, and one of the most promising examples of such a cannon was the 107mm This Six, tests of which were performed on a KV2 chassis. We're adding a tank that with this wonderful weapon to War Thunder. So a 107mm like long barreled, I can only imagine the penetration that it has. So the separately loaded This Six cannon significantly surpassed the Red Army's previous anti-tank cannons in its characteristics, but for a variety of reasons it never went into mass production. 2 types of ammunition make up the This Six cannon's ammo complement: armor-piercing high explosive with its blunt nose and a high explosive fragmentation shell. So there's no God rounds. Granted, you might not even need APHE-BC with just probably the amazing penetration of the 107mm long-barreled gun. As you can see here, just protruding like Pinocchio's nose off of a giant refrigerator. That's what it looks like right now. So the KV2 with the This Six cannon will be at rank 3, and you'll be able to buy the tank as part of a pack in the online store. So does that mean it will also be researchable, or it's just a pack tank? Because that's kind of unfortunate if all the KV2s, if not, I thought one of these 3, I thought this one was going to be main production. Now I cannot confirm or deny that it's just a pack. Let's take a look. I'm going to open up this link here. Link will be in the video description below. Let's see, where is communism? I'm looking for the communism here. I'm looking for the KV2s. They're not there. They are not there. That's a little sad. So it will be available. So I can't say that it's not in the main tree, but it seems like it's a pack tank. You buy it in a pack, so which is more or less a premium, right? Okay, and then finally we have the German KV2. During the summer offensive campaign of the Wehrmacht, practically all the Red Army's KV2s were lost, destroyed, or abandoned by their crews due to breakdowns. Unreliable tank, Some of the battle-capable KV2s ended up with the Germans as trophies, and after some modernization, these vehicles turned their weapons on their creators. It's like Frankenstein, man. Captured KV2s differed from their Soviet counterparts in several useful modifications. German mechanics placed the command cupola from the Panzer IV on the roof of the turret. It provided the tank's commander with excellent visibility, and the outer ammo rack on the tank's rear received additional ammunition capacity. Note the basket mounted on the in-game model. In addition, German technicians installed a good radio on the tank, replaced its spotlight with a blackout headlamp, and welded additional fixtures for cables and tools on the tank's turret. In everything else, including the monstrous destructive power of the weapon, the captured KV-2 was exactly the same as its Soviet predecessor. The KV-2 754R is a premium rank 3 tank in the German tank tech tree. These new KV-2s will arrive in War Thunder's game server with upcoming updates, so keep an eye on the news and keep an eye here on the channel. So, quick discussion on these things. I remember reading about the KV2 1940 and the 107. So, I mean, if you think about it, this thing should have amazing pen. Like, think about the T34 57 with its amazing penetration relative to, like, T34 76s anyway. And it's kind of like the KV2 This Six kind of does that. But if I remember correctly, SU-122s, SU-100s, and, you know, those kinds of tank destroyers were much cheaper to produce and much more reliable than the KV2 This Six. So Russia had a number of other tank destroyers that were more than adequate. It was kind of like how instead of using the KV-1 where it was modernized, they just went with, you know, T-34 85s and, you know, IS-1s and stuff like that. They kind of just phased out the KV chassis, the Klement Voroshilov chassis, entirely, KV-1s and KV-2s. So that's kind of fascinating. But all said and done, I'm a little... don't get me wrong. These are KV-2s. I'm going to get all of them. I'm a collector within War Thunder. I'm going to play them. I'm definitely going to enjoy them. I think the one I'm looking forward to the most is got to be the KV2 This, the Super DERP, which we'll call it. And I do like that you can get the KV2 Mod 1940 in the Chronicles of World War II events. I do like the option to either go through it through the events or buy it as a premium. I think that's pretty good for the player base as a whole. Obviously, people would prefer that it was just in the main tree, but the thing about it is the KV2 1940 isn't all that different from the KV2 1939, so having a premium option, if you're a KV2 tanker, if you're a DERP, if you're Captain DERP, and that's what you do and that's who you are, then, you know, quite frankly, having a premium option to, you know, expedite the grind, right, is probably a welcome addition, because there's really not too much difference. You've got such a high silhouette that the increase in armor is, I would say, almost negligible for a weapon, you know, a weapon of this magnitude. But I'd say all around, it's a great addition. It's kind of cool. If there's going to be ammunition in the basket for the German DERP, that's just an exposed ammo rack. So I think that's more of just a visual identification, probably for realistic and sim battles. When you see a KV2 on your side, to make sure you don't shoot it, right? You definitely are going to want that. But yep, so now 2 nations will have KV2s, and we'll have 4 different types of KV2s in War Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, how excited are you for it? By the way, today's Wednesday, and tomorrow Thursday, or definitely on Friday, I have a huge secret announcement for you guys. So stay tuned to the channel, and then once again, once this comes out, we will have footage on it. So keep an eye out for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're excited for the KV2s. I'm a little disappointed. I'm excited for this patch, but I think it could be better and probably would be better received within the community if there was a non-premium one. But right now it looks like 2 premiums, the German KV2 754R and the, let's see, the KV2 1940, and then the This Six. The cannon will be at rank 3, and you'll be able to buy the tank as part of a pack. Now, does that mean you'll be able to grind it? I'm not entirely sure, but it's fun to have. It seems like the Russian specialty bias, I'll call it, because think about it. They get the Po2, They've got the TB3. Now they've got the MBR2, which is basically the PO2 of flying boats. And they've always had the KV2. Now they're getting 2 more KV2s? You know, we need some more American derps out there. You know what I mean? We need some American bias. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, some exciting stuff is coming soon.